All right. Greetings, y'all. Happy Monday. Happy messy Monday. Messy Monday. And baby, it's definitely going to be messy. It is 91 degrees out here in Chicago, baby. Oh, the funk is going to be out there. Shit. Baby, I'm right here next to my trusty old air conditioner, sweetheart. Nay, I shall not be funky on a Monday. Oh, look, and she came to work. Baby, I've got a theory that when Palo Santo comes to work, the readings are going to be really good. Yep, the readings are going to be very, very good. Welcome, y'all. Welcome to 773 Oracle and Tarot. It's your girl, Chi-Town Ronnie, here to give the collective that is you, my little babies, the Vibe Tribe, your emotional and spiritual forecast for this fine day of July the 13th in the year of our Lord 2026. Okay, wait a minute. Let me spread out my tarot so that I can connect the tarot to the transit. And also, we're going to be getting our divine downloads today from Mr. Kyle Gray, his Angels and Ancestors Oracles. Okay, we're going to be getting the transits from Llewellyn Daily Planetary Guide. Baby, we got some things to tell you. Llewellyn, honey, the stars ain't playing today. And it's a Monday. All right, so that's number one. It's a Monday. So, Mondays are always going to be a little how do I want to say it? Adversarial, because that's the nature of Monday, right? But today, y'all saw my shuffle. Hold on, let me get a card. Y'all saw my shuffle. There you go. Y'all saw my pull. I'm gonna pull this right there. All right. So let us get into it. Let me give you the transit. Today we got Venus and Virgo. We got Venus and Virgo that's squaring up with Uranus and Gemini. Okay. So Venus represents love, money, values, desires, things that matter to us. All right. Virgo wants them details. Baby, Virgo wants organization. Virgo wants details handled. Virgo wants a plan. Right? Virgo's not that fly by the seat of your pant kind of girl. She's not. Now, Uranus in Gemini, baby, that's going to bring listen, there's going to be sudden changes. There's going to be some unexpected information. All right. Uranus is that planet of upheaval, death, transformation. Gemini is that sign of communication. So brace yourselves. Today, something involving your heart, your wallet, your priorities, or your personal direction is going to be taking an unexpected turn. So you may need to change your plans. Something may not unfold in the way that you expected it to. But today's lesson is a change of plan does not mean that the plan failed. All right. Have you all ever had everything planned out perfectly, and then like life throws something at you and then it just changes everything? Or, the relationship shifts. Your money takes an unexpected turn. Something that you counted on suddenly looks different. The frustration isn't always in the change itself. Sometimes the hardest part is accepting that we're not fully in control and trying to maintain to that control. That's what's going to fuck you up today. You got to let go of the reins, baby. Today's transit, today's energy is asking, can you trust yourself when plans change? Can you do that? So with that, let's get into. Oh, wait a minute. Let's get into today's tarot, shall we? I think we shall. Give me a second. My monitor. And that's what I'm recording from you guys. There we go. All right, there we go. All right. So with all that being said, here we go. So when we're dealing with Uranus, y'all, you're not going to get Uranus without the Tower. It's just what it's going to be. The Tower. The question right here is like, how do I want to say this? Am I holding on to something because I'm afraid of change? Yeah. Sometimes disruption reveals what was never stable to begin with. You over there trying to make it solid when it was incapable of being solid. You can't do that, y'all. And the tower right here is here to let you know you got to stop wasting your energy. You got to look at this thing differently, okay? Right here, we got the fool. We got the fool right there. Can you trust yourself enough to move forward without having all the answers? Right there. Right there. Our friend is about to walk off the edge of wonder. No fear. There's no fear. Trust is built in the cake. When shit turns left, y'all, you gotta have to remember, you're gonna have to remind yourself, you can handle this. You can do this. You can do this. Give me a second. Let me see if I can. There we go. There we go. Okay. Last but not least, you gotta have some strength right here. Can you respond? Can you respond with wisdom instead of reacting with fear? Yeah, baby, fear is that killer of the mind. And right here, you gotta be very Chicago. You can't have fear. You in Chicago, being in Chicago, it means we ain't got no fear. All right. You gotta be like Chicago. You gotta be like strength, baby. Your power is not found in controlling every fucking outcome. Your power is found in trusting yourself. Just like our friend the fool. It may not look like there's a foundation, but our friend don't need it because our friend knows something that the outside doesn't know, and that's what you got to do. You got when life throws at you the tower and shit goes crazy, you got to know, like you know, I got this. I got this because all the strength is inside of me. If I've not gone through this type of shit before, I've gone through others, and I've got some tools in my arsenal that's going to get me through. That's the energy today. Today may require us to adjust. Something may not go according to our original plans. So instead of asking, why is this happening? Let's try asking, is what solution is this moment trying or asking me to find? How can I come up to this? The ability to adapt is one of your greatest strengths, collective. You've been through adversity before. Um, People struggle with change because again, our brains are always looking for certainty. You know, certainty feels safe. But when plans suddenly shift, our minds can interpret that uncertainty as danger. That's not danger, baby. That's just unfamiliar territory. All right. But change is not always a threat. Sometimes change is life showing us another possibility. That's it. So, you know, these old beliefs, if things don't go according to plan, then everything is falling apart. We got to let that go today because we have to have a new understanding. And that new understanding is I can handle unexpected changes. I am capable of finding my way forward. You got to rely on that today, babies. Sometimes the universe disrupts our plans because our plans are too small. And, you know, they're too small to where we need to grow to. A delay can actually be guidance. A delay can be guidance. Redirection can be alignment. We got to trust that what changes may be creating space for something better. So we're going to affirm. We're just going to affirm today. We're going to affirm. I trust myself through this change. I trust myself through this change. When something unexpected happens today, We're going to take a pause before we react, and we're going to ask, how can I work with this instead of fighting it? Look for the lessons in the disruptions today. And I want you to think of that disruption as a sacred messenger. Look for your in the disruptions. Look for your messengers. Okay, all right. So with that, we're getting our divine downloads from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle by Mr. Kyle Gray, and there is no numerological aspect to break down. So this one is called Animal Guardian. Trust your instincts. Look at her. Trust your instincts. When we talk about instincts, the only card in the tarot here we go. Here we go. There she is. The High Priestess. The High Priestess. You know, this card right here, this card, which the Animal Guardian, we're talking about trusting your instincts. We're talking about inner knowing. We're talking about listening to the quiet voice inside of us, and trusting the wisdom that we already carry. Going right into the astrology today. You got to trust yourselves, baby. So here's your question, collective. What is your intuition trying to show you that you haven't been trusting? What is your intuition showing you that you have not been trusting? You know, a lot of us are walking around and we've got the awareness and we've got the intuition, and we are grounded. You know, sometimes we don't always need more answers. Sometimes we just need to trust what we already know. Just like her. She ain't worried. She got all the answers. She got everything behind that curtain is the knowledge that we all want, that we already got. That veil could be fear. That veil could be anything blocking us from the sacred knowledge that we've already gotten, either through life experiences or through the ancestors. But your instincts are a conduit to the divine. So again, you know, with the High Priestess, her tarot meaning is intuition. It means inner wisdom, hidden knowledge, you know, trusting our deep awareness. That's her. She's the card of the psychic. She's the card of the psychic. Our instincts come from patterns. It comes from experiences and information our mind recognizes before we consciously understand it. But now those are instincts. Now our intuition, that is a divine channel from the divine. You got to couple those two, baby. You got to bring those two into alignment. And you got to remember, our intuition speaks softly. It doesn't always come with proof or a perfect explanation. It comes in silence. So today you got to pay attention to your inner voice. What has your inner voice been telling you? You got to trust yourself. And we're going to affirm. I trust my instincts and I listen to the wisdom within me. I trust my instincts and I listen to the wisdom within me. All right, baby. That's all I got. I got to go out into this steam bath. Shit, it's going to be hot. So listen, y'all, remember your assignment. Your assignment is your alignment. When it gets too hot or when you kind of on shaky ground, you just close your eyes and ask the universe to show you how good it can be. All right, babies. I'll be back tomorrow. Have a great 5-day work cycle. Bye.